Ladies and gentlemen of YouTube, welcome back once again to SPW. I'm your host, Nick, and tonight we've got something, we'll just say, out of my mind. The mind of a mad scientist, you might say. It is October, it's Halloween, we've been doing these kind of things all month, and tonight we are having our first ever, and maybe the first ever, I don't know, Franken'fight. So clearly, you recognize him, coming down to the ring, standing man. Whew! He is a hefty 8 foot tall, 325 pounds. But Frankenstein's monster. Don't forget, it's not Frankenstein. Frankenstein's doctor, and this is the monster. So, you know, Frankenstein's monster coming down to the ring. This is kind of the old school Boris Karloff version. Loving the black and white. And that entrance, I mean, could it be more accurate? I don't think it could. So, again, thank you, 2K community. You never let me down. But tonight, I actually, for one of the first times, I've done it before, but this is also one of the first times I've ever had my own creation in a match. But it's just because I wanted this to happen so badly. But tonight, we are having our first ever Handicap tag team match. We're going to have 2 men fighting that man. So Frankenstein's monster going up against Dr. Franken'fight. You know him. Yeah, hopefully you know what I'm talking about. From old Rocky Horror Picture Show. Dr. Franken'fight comes down to the ring standing. He's actually 5'8", only 98 pounds. That's according to what they actually say in the play. I don't know if anyone who's ever played him has ever actually been only 98 pounds. But Tim Curry will forever and always be this character in my book. Tim Curry. Oh, Frankie. That voice, that guy was just one of the coolest. He was just one of the most unique actors of his generation. But who would be his partner? Obviously, he only weighs 98 pounds. He's going up against Frankenstein's monster, who weighs, 350 pounds? I just said it, I forgot. 325. But who better to play? And also, it's Halloween. I watch this movie every year around this time. That isn't Dr. Frankenstein. That is Dr. Frankenstein. Young Frankenstein. Gene Wilder. He is coming down to the ring. He stands 5'10", weighs 175 pounds. But as far as I'm concerned, I mean, that is the best portrayal of Dr. Frankenstein ever. I mean, can you think of anyone else that even, holds a chord? I mean, this movie I watch every year, and it is funny every year. It is in the top 3 movies of just in conversation as far as funniest movies ever made. So, I mean, the other ones usually being, Monty Python's Holy Grail, Young Frankenstein, and sometimes it's usually Blazing Saddles. So, I mean, Mel Brooks is in there for 2 of the 3. I mean, come on. Leave me comments, because I'm really curious. What would you put as your top 3 funniest movies of all time? But yeah, look at him coming down the ring. I mean, the black and white is just selling it. This is doing it for me. This is one that, as soon as I thought of the concept, I was like, you know what? I need to do it. And this is my created characters, so hopefully you like him. I'm not going to lie. I had to take, again, the 2K community. You do the thing for me. I didn't have to upload my own images, but I was able to find a Gene Wilder, what's his name? Willy Wonka, and then turn him into Dr. Frankenstein. So, had to make the entrance and everything, too. But here we go. The first ever Franken'fight. And so we've got 2 men in one corner that can tag off versus 1 man in one corner that has no partner. But look at that. Already showing his strength. Frankenstein just shoves off Dr. Franken'fight. That is probably not the best guy to throw in there. A measly, not even 100 pounds soaking wet. Franken'fight, but he is an alien. He is a Transylvanian transvestite. I can't remember the planet. I think the planet is, oh, biting the fingers. Hey now, we have rules here, fella. I love they even have the tattoo on his arm. Look at that. The attention to detail. You gotta love it. Oh man, this just made me happy when I found. Oh, choking out Frankenstein's monster. I'll just from this point probably call him Frankenstein. If you didn't notice already, I have Frankenstein versus Frankenfurter and Frankenstein. What the Frank? It's okay. Don't censor me, YouTube. Oh! But already, I mean, you know the strength advantage clearly on the side of the monster, Frankenstein. Man, and again, Boris Karloff, like, that is like a Universal Studios classic. You know, like, that is this version of Frankenstein. That is awesome. Look at this. Oh, just ragged attack. I mean, almost like a madman, just clawing away at the monster. I can almost just hear it in my head, just, sedative! You let me put an abnormal brain and a 7-foot-tall, 49-inch wide gorilla! You're gonna have to stop me doing this the whole time because there's too many. It's one of my favorite movies ever. Every year. Oh, look at that axe kick to the chin. Dropping Frankenstein's monster. Frankenstein tags out. Frankenfurter in. Here we go. Let's lay down the punishment. I want to see how much. I mean, don't get me wrong. I would have loved to have had like the version of Frankenstein, the monster from Young Frankenstein. Couldn't find it, but it's okay. I like the Boris Karloff, you know, old school, original version. All of these characters really could be in black and white. It'd be perfect. No worries. Two of them did come down to the ring in black and white. Oh, look at this! Right now, oh, the monster going after his creator. You knew that was going to happen at some point. Of course, you know, Frankenfurter's in there almost as a distraction at this point. And what a distraction. I couldn't think of a better one. But Frankenstein... Broderick Frankenstein. Are you putting me on? What hump? Sorry. I can't not do it. Oh, there we go. Body splash. All 98 pounds on that 325-foot frame. I don't know if that's... Who that hurt. That might have just been for fun on Frankenstein's part. I mean... Oh, Frankie. Oh, massive chokeslam. Oh, like nothing. Frankenstein's monster clearly in control right now, putting all of that just mass. I mean, he doesn't have a lot of brain power, but man, can he throw some weight around. Choked once again to the canvas, though. Just getting a 1 count. I feel like at this point, maybe it is just, you know, just going, oh, look at the muscles. Oh, look at that! Incredible! That wasn't just a frog splash. That was like a toe-tapping 360. My goodness. And gets a 2.5 out of that one. Wow. Frankenfurter. Dr. Frankenfurter, never underestimate the power of an alien. Man. Honestly, at this point, it's looking rough for Frankenstein. I mean, he is definitely... I mean, doesn't have a partner. I mean, we put two guys in the ring that neither of them weigh more than 200 pounds apiece. Probably both of them together weigh about what Frankenstein's monster weighs. So, but these are two very intelligent men. Don't understand. Oh, what is happening? Oh my gosh! I never thought I'd see Gene Wilder twerk. Quote me on that, because that's something I definitely thought I'd never say. Good stuff. And by the way, if I didn't mention it, we're in Frankenstein's arena, if you couldn't tell. That's why we've got this incredible matchup happening. All of the Frankensteins, Frankenfurters, it's the Frankenfighters are in the ring right now. And once again, twerking to the sound of Putting on the Ritz. That's like how I learned that song. I'm not gonna lie, it's because of that movie. I can't sing it. I probably could. It might be out long enough that it would be one of those things I could legally do. But why risk it? You know what I'm talking about. Putting on the Ritz. I think I can do that. Oh, but now Frankenstein's monster taking his daddy issues out on Frankenstein. Oh! That one might have done it. He stands on his chest, all of that weight, but somehow, 325 pounds, and still Frankenstein able to kick out. But no! What is this now? Just crushing the head? Don't do it! He is your daddy! Oh, punching him. Going below the belt, do what you gotta do, Doctor, to stay alive. Oh. Goes for a, head kick. Gets reversed. Somehow, Frankenstein able to continuously reverse like he knows what the man is thinking. Look at that. Oh, throws him up there like it's seriously like he weighs nothing. I mean, don't forget the incredible strength of Frankenstein's monster being put on display right now. I don't believe it. Playing to the crowd, look at that! Nobody light a match. He seems to be pretty happy right now. As long as you're on his side, he does great. As soon as somebody turns on him, it's going to be a whole, pitchfork and torch situation. That's the last thing anybody needs. We don't want to be run out of town. Oh, again! Going after the head, just those massive hands, just able to grip it like a baseball glove. Oh, but look at this! Able to counter out, but Frankenstein feels nothing! Shakes it off like nothing, and has Frankenstein on his shoulders, goes to the turnbuckle. Oh no! That one might have busted him open. He is dazed and confused in the corner. Frankenstein, I think, was thinking that he could go for a weapon, but I should remind you that there are no weapons in this match. This is a standard handicap match. Frankenstein now goes again for the pin, but oh! Frankenstein attacks him from behind. He barely feels it, but it's enough to break up the count. Man, this match, I knew it was going to be special just because it's kind of a daddy-son sort of situation, and, there's a lot of drama just when you get that in general. But then once you make it a handicap match with somebody as mismatched as these three, frankly, it just sounded like a whole lot of fun. But here we go. Gene Wilder, Young Frankenstein. Frankenstein. It should be Young Frankenstein. Oh, look at that. Speaking of the weight differential, 98-pound man having a 325-pound monster just walk on his chest. Oh, that is rough. Tim Curry. He looks great, but he is definitely fighting for his life now. Oh, manages to land 3 elbows. Gets out of that. Countering, doing everything that he can. Really, again, just continues to go after the throat. That seems to be his one move. Excuse me. Oh, that's my first sneeze on the channel. You always kind of think about it, like, when's it going to happen? It's inevitable. Yeah. Like, back in the day, did you know that the Greeks, that's where actually God bless you comes from, is that they used to say, oh, like if you sneeze, it's the gods actually blessing you. Because it's an involuntary thing. Like, you're not doing it, the gods are doing it through you. That's where that comes from. Did you know that? If you didn't, you just learned something right now. Oh! Dr. Frankenstein in there to break it up. It looked like it was about to be over, but already Frankenstein's monster. Oh no! Once again, just using their own weight against them. Just flinging them down like a rag doll. Oh, but somehow Dr. Frankenstein is able to get out of it, and then Frankenstein goes after his creator, Dr. Frankenstein. Wait, Furter and Frankenstein. Oh, that's going to be a thing all night. It's fine. It's fine. I knew it was going to happen. I made the match. It's my own fault. But rolling it back into the ring right now, look at this. Frankenstein has both of his opponents reeling. I don't normally like to do handicap matches because, again, I like to keep things fair and balanced and do one-off matches, and we can just let the winner, have his day in the sun. But this one, I just felt like, you know what, in this rare occasion, this is one where it should be 2-on-1. And to be fair, I almost made it a tornado tag match where both Frankenstein and Frankenfurter could be in the ring at the same time, but I just felt like, you know what? What is the deal? I don't know why. Gene Wilder is apparently just feeling it. He wants to have his moment in the sun as well. 15 minutes. He hasn't been popular since like the 60s, 70s? Look at that! But now, speaking of having his day in the sun, oh my goodness, Dr. Wait, no, I almost said it. Dr. Frankenstein and Furter. It's hard to say. They are victorious over their creations, you might say. But, oh man, I just love that, incidentally, I guess I'm biased because I had to help create the guy. But Frank, wow, why is it so hard to say at this point? Frankenstein. It's like when you say a word too many times, it just no longer has any meaning. Frankenstein wins over Frankenstein with Frankenstein. But anyways, you know what I mean. If you enjoyed this, if you're having fun, that's why we're here. This is all just good old-fashioned fun. So, thanks for joining us. Do the thing, like, subscribe, and we've got more Halloween stuff coming up in the next few weeks, and all leading up to a big event at the end of the month for Halloween, so stick around for that, do the thing, and obviously the algorithm will let you know when everything's coming up. But otherwise, Tuesdays and Thursdays, and until then, y'all have a good weekend, and we will see you next time. Good night.